Alright, if you're like me, I'm just making this while in the meantime of, you can see my stove's on here. I got some food cooking here from on another video, but I have some leftover pie dough here from my video I just made, and I made excess at two because I like to have make desserts out of it. So anyways, I'll show you what to do with your leftover pie dough. That if you make, you never want to run out, and not have enough when you're making pie. So make sure to have enough. So anyways, get your dough out. You can keep the fresh apart if you still have some. Don't play with it too much. It's the most important thing, especially with your dough. So all I'm going to try to do is give it a little squish, just like I'm not squishing it very much, and I'm not getting it all working, getting the air in there. So that's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to give it a little push down like that. This is a little bit of a fresher dough that I had left over I didn't even use. I'm going to push that in with it like that too. Now, okay, the two doughs are more or less will be together. Now I'm going to put more flour out. It's not like I have a dirty surface here. I was doing some earlier more. Now what I'm going to try to do is actually, like I was making circles earlier, now I'm going to try to make more or less of a square here. This is, I should have stated what I'm doing with my leftover dough is a simple cinnamon roll. Is what I should have said right at the beginning of the video. But I wasn't washing my hands because I was still making dough and everything. So anyways, we're just going to try to get this as square pretty much as we're trying to get to without working it too much. Again, that's why it's not so easy right now. I can make this a square real quick, but then I'd get so much flour worked in, it would toughen the dough right up. So anyways, we're pretty much nicely squared right now. Now, got a nice flour layer on her. Okay. There we go. Now, you could use this for other things too. This is not just this as a dessert you can make with it, but I'm going to try to keep it to a degree of squarish rectangle, but I'm going to start with the squaring as I can. Okay, push back into the corner like that, push back in, that. Alright. Now we're not actually looking for a thick dough here. We're looking for a very, almost as thin as you're willing to make it. But you're not looking for a very, very tall dough. What I can pretty much roll out here is exactly what I need, so I'm kind of lucky. But, and by that I mean height here. My roller hits here, so I can only get to a certain range here. Okay. Now the reason you want this is so it's going to cook very well. Now, I like to stretch it until it starts to stick a little bit, just a little bit everywhere, because it's what's going to hold everything and make everything come back tight on itself later. So, again, just go like this, push them out because it started to stick now. There. Alright, so now you can clearly see I got an entire, and it's sticky just a bit, like it's still, you can still see it wants to wiggle here and there, but the little bits of butter that are in there have held it down. Now, we're going to want some sugar. You can use brown sugar here if you want. You can use a ratio of brown sugar to white sugar. I prefer just white sugar myself. So anyways, you're going to just put it in like this. And sugar I would say to your liking, but if this is your first video, I'm essentially just covering everything here. With a nice little sprinkling of sugar. I was about I guess I'm using almost 1/3 cup on all of this, I guess, of sugar. Okay, almost a whole, less than that though. Okay, and I can still see dough everywhere in there, so it's not like it's too much. And now you want some cinnamon. Now, don't worry about, you know, little clumps here of sugar or anything like that. Isn't the biggest issue. Okay, anyways, cinnamon again to your liking, but you know, I like cinnamon. Okay, very healthy for you. All right. There. Now some people like to first get a brush and put margarine or oil or butter all across in here, but because I already have that in my dough, I've never understood why people put more than they even need. So anyways, what you're gonna first do here is you're gonna take your first one and essentially just make a flat, a little wider than an inch, about 1.25 inches wide, and then you're gonna take that and fold it in half, too. Now you're gonna see it's a little sticky on the back side here, just a bit, and you kind of want that. That sticky is gonna help create the juice in the sauce with the sugar in here. So anyways, you just roll it a bit at a time, trying to keep it pushed and tucked on itself. All right, now you can see the sticky of the margarine because that dough's been sitting for a while, or the butter, sorry, because the dough's been sitting for a while, so it's not going to be as nice and as texturous as a fresh dough, but it's what I do with my leftover dough. So anyways, it's very important to keep a tight roll here and not make it too loose. And I think you can see what I'm doing here. I should try to move my arms if they were in the way there. Okay, see, so I'm push a little under with my thumb while I'm doing it. Okay, now as I get to this side here, now I have I have enough to basically throw over here. So what I'm going to do is back it up a bit. Okay, oh, once it's still grabbed a lot here. All right, so I'm going to back it up just a bit. And then what I'm going to do here is take my dough, squish it a bit here, and like thinner and thinner and thinner, and stretch it at the same time. Then I'm going to take it back on itself about a 1/2 centimeter behind the dough itself and push down. Now see, I tore a little, but that won't harm nothing. Just go like that. I'm going to do the same thing over here and squish it out a little bit so it's pinched off. Okay, it's thinner and thinner, and then push it back down on itself again here. Okay, then from the middle, I'm going to grab it, tuck it over, middle, tuck it over, middle, tuck it over. I'm going to go middle, tuck it over. Now, if it's a little thinner in one spot, a little thicker in the other, you just have to adjust so it feels really, really evenly. Now, that's going to be a dessert made with basically leftovers. Now what I do here is like a snake. I'm going to take it, put it in here, and snake it in a circle around. All right. So now you can see now you can see that they're not quite touching, but it's went all the way around here like that. Alright, now I already have, like I say, some stuff cooking in the oven for another video here. That, I should just say my meat pies. This is the leftovers from it. But anyways, I'm gonna actually move my one pie I have in the back, that's a smaller one, forward now, and I'm gonna put this one in the back now. Just had some time to cook. Alright, now I would say put this in for 30 to 40 minutes. 30 minutes. That one I just made, it's with its thickness, would probably need 35 minutes, let's say, to 40. Now I already have the timer running for the meat pies I have running in here, and I know that was just let's see, 10, about 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes to make that. That is all it took me. So I know I just have to, wait 10-15 minutes past the my meat pies are being done. I'm going to be cleaning this all up so I can have my meat pies come out. But I hope you enjoyed my simple leftover pie dough recipe, I guess. I didn't think that was that hard, but still a lot of people would just throw that out. You can make them as you can make them just this tiny and have just essentially the size of a nice piece of bread, but it tastes way better than cinnamon bread. So nice cinnamon roll there. But anyways, I'm gonna try to get I'll try to get a clip of that too and edit it from this overall video that I'm making because I'm gonna have to edit. All right, the simple leftover dough is very, very nicely done, very super golden. Turn off the oven. It's been in at least 40 minutes, or maybe even closer to 45. What I do is I give it this, it's like a pinch test, and you'll see how soft it is, especially on the inside here. But you don't want it, like the top has a nice little crust to it. It's not, I can still break it with my finger like that. You can see all the steam coming out, and that was really hot. But anyways, it's got some firmness to it, and it's nice. Anyways, don't cut into it yet or anything. You can see it's not stuck or anything. To show you here, it did explode. I got a little bit of juice or a little bit of sauce that came out here on the side, but just a bit in this side. Not on the back side here or anything. It's all nice here, just regular cook. But anyways, that was just all the spillage I got, and that's the juice just from in the dough itself. So that's why I didn't add anything to it. Anyways, I'm just gonna let this sit here, and I'm gonna let it sit actually on the ceramic counter over here. But that will just let it cool down a little quicker. Anyways, give it about 10 minutes before you cut into it, maybe even 15. And then cut into her, and I hope you enjoy what you can do leftover as from your dough. All right, hope you enjoyed this little extra. All right, the cinnamon roll is hot enough, still hot, but I'm holding it with the hand. So anyway, that's what I make there. I used to shape them in the shape of more like of a horse nose. I used to make them bigger and call it horse nose when I was very young. I've been making these since I've been very, very young. Anyways, what you do with your leftover dough, if there's any comments or anything, anyways, guess you can see the inside here, nice and fluffy. Anyways, cut a nice little slice off here. Alright. So, you can see the little, how close can I get there? See how nice little coils there are there? So anyways, very good. It's not too sweet. You could add more sugar if you like more sugar, or less cinnamon if you like less cinnamon. Anyways, that is delicious. Wow. It's still really hot too. Really hot. Anyway, thanks for watching what you can do with leftover dough. And if there are any other ideas what you can do with it, put them in the comments below for other people to know. Anyways, alright, thanks. It out when I take out the meat pie. So alrighty, hope this is a good video for you to enjoy.